Hi, so today is the first day of a project that involves 8 artists, day one. With what we are doing during our project is we got a permission to basically transform the whole Louvre building.
Yeah.
We invited a bunch of artists, some of them a bit more local, the others came from countries like Poland, like myself. I mean, I live in London. Each artist involved in the project got total freedom, what they can do. And I think that's fantastic because very often what's happening, like the certain projects are just restricted by a very detailed brief. And you know, you want to make it match the space and the brief as much as you can, but sometimes throughout this process you lose a little bit of your freedom and your own personality. And this, what we really wanted to do with this one is just give people space to do whatever they want. He's one of the artists that will paint with us the walls. Would you like to tell us a little bit more about like your work process? How do you approach the design? What are you gonna paint? If you're like, you know, having it all thought through, or maybe it's gonna be free.
So my process is mild chaos. I start off with a painting because I think all of my work on walls is always about trying to translate what I do on paper onto walls and keep that texture and keep that kind of movement. I kind of want my work on the wall to feel like a piece of art from a sketchbook, sort of a bit of a kind of more graphic design kind of feel. So starts off with a painting, which I've done. My very good friend and colleague Jeru, who's painting next to me, we've ended up doing a bit of a collab. So she has already sketched out her sketch and her portrait. We're incorporating the shutter to also make it feel like it's, you know, a piece of work that's designed for the wall rather than just like artwork that's slapped on it. So I need to do a little bit of resketching to kind of make it fit better with Jeru's piece and to make it feel kind of more in line with the kind of, the building's shape, and to kind of make it make sense with what we've got in terms of the pipe work and things like that.
Let's do this again.
Okay, we're
recording once again because I didn't press the record button. So I'm here today with Hells. Hell has been literally through hell over the weekend to be able to paint with us, because the original plan was to start on Friday, but things shifted as
things happened. So I'm from North London and I'm predominantly a print artist. I work with words and sayings and phrases, so I pick out kind of quotes and words and paint them in gold on pink canvases and bring kind of humour and new meaning to different phrases and sayings and that I pick out from the world. And I have since started transferring those words and phrases onto big walls. I've always wanted to paint on walls.
Okay.
Legally.
Okay.
You know.
Of course.
And a couple of my phrases I thought would be quite interesting to kind of paint bigger, put a bit more focus onto them, and also just coming to a wall, like a canvas you can just kind of knock it out quite quickly. A wall is a whole different thing, and often I have an idea of what it's going to look like and it never looks like that in the end, because once I get to the wall it changes. I respond quite a lot to the space.
I feel as well that like the context changes, no? With the artwork, because it's like when you have a quote at your home, that's something to like bring back memory or like put you in a certain mood. But when it's in the city space, it's like you can get caught off guard.
Totally.
And like this is I absolutely love like quotes in this cities or like poetry or something, and then I feel like in my heart.
I think this one says, "I hope there are daffodils in hell." It's come about because recently I've been doing a lot of, I've been dealing a lot with death and kind of end of life thoughts and feelings and processes. I've been looking a lot into how people kind of cope with death at the end of their life when they know it's coming, and what they need and want and think about. And I was actually on my way up to Scotland thinking about this, and there was tons of daffodils growing along the side of the train tracks, and I love daffodils. They're my favourite flowers, apart from roses. But I love daffodils because they symbolise hope and spring, a new season, new beginning. And every time I see daffodils, they make me smile. And I thought to myself, well, if there is heaven and hell, not that I believe in it, but if there's heaven and hell, I'm definitely going to hell, for sure. I've sinned. I've enjoyed every one of my sins. I'm not repenting. I did what I did. So if I do go to hell, I just hope there's some daffodils or flowers there that I can look at while I'm being tortured.
And on this note, come to Hackney Week. See daffodils in spring, because that's the time in the year to
Yes,
enjoy
it
them
is also spring
and think
now.
about death. My friend Beck.
Yep.
So when did this start for you? Do you remember like your first artwork or like a first maybe
Yeah.
not artwork because that's a silly question, but we're gonna be like I was 3.
Do bananas in pajamas count? I remember doing stuff when I was really little for my family members, and I painted bananas in pajamas on
Really?
a cubby house, and I think that would have been the first outdoor thing.
Oh, fantastic! Like a first mural.
Yeah,
Bananas in pajamas.
bananas in pajamas.
Bananas in pajamas, only to see in Melbourne, Australia.
Australia. If you're Australian, you understand. I
Can
forget.
you tell us a little bit more about this artwork?
Yeah,
What's
sure.
this one about?
This is a collaboration. You can see Shauna up on the left.
Yes.
So we wanted to collaborate. We're on the same wall, and we thought it'd be really interesting to merge our two styles. I come from like more of an illustrative sort of background, so a lot of the line work, and Shauna's got an amazing realistic kind of portraiture style, so we wanted to see what we could do about blending the two pieces together. And we've used an amazing muse, our other friend Lee, who's up there painting
Yeah.
as well.
It
And-
actually looks like her. That's fantastic bit. It really looks like her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that would be really bad.
And her hand, also looks like hers. Because Beck painted the head.
So we came up with a concept about sort of based around spirituality and about reaching through the kind of veil, the void, and it allowed us to play with our styles and have this kind of realistic style based in current time, with using sort of illustrative style to take the viewer and show the viewer that Lee's kind of like reaching through and into the void, and
Looks like northern lights, if you ask me.
a little bit Aurora Borealis. Is that's how, yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. So it's kind of like this kind of spiritual world that exists around our current real world, and what would it look like if you went through the veil? So, yeah, it's a little bit of...
Yeah. So if you wonder how it would look like if you went through the veil, you should come and see artwork.
It's going to look exactly like that.
Exactly like
Exactly
that.
like that.
Exactly like that.